before.
I don't think it's fair for some girls to have plenty of pretty things, and to other girls nothing at all.
We've got father and mother, and each other.
We haven't got father, and shall not have for a long time. Perhaps never. His mother proposed not having any presents this Christmas, because it's going to be a hard winter for everyone. She thinks that we ought not to spend money for pleasure when so many men of the northern and southern armies are suffering.
We can't do much.
But we can make our little sacrifices, and ought to do it gladly.
I'm afraid I don't.
I don't think the little we can spend would do any good. We've each got $1, and the army wouldn't be helped much by giving that. I plan to spend my $1 on new music.
I wanted to buy a nice box of Faber's pencils.
Mother didn't say anything about our money, so let each buy what we want and have a little fun. I'm sure we work hard enough to earn it.
Oh, I know I do. Teaching those tiresome king children all day, but I'm longing to enjoy myself at home.
You don't have it half as hard as I do. How would you like to be shut up with a nervous, fussy old woman who keeps you trotting with her calling, Josephine! Josephine! Where's that girl? And makes you worry you until you want to fly out the window. I do think that doing dishes and keeping things tidy is the worst work in the world. It makes me cross, and my hands get so stiff I can't play my piano.
I don't think any of you suffer as I, for you don't have to go to school with impertinent girls who laugh at your dresses and label your father if he isn't rich.
You mean libel? Don't say label as if Papa was a pickle bottle.
I know what I mean, and you needn't be so satirical about it. It's proper to use good long words to improve your vocabulary.
Vocabulary?
Don't you wish we had the money Papa lost when we were little? When does it need to go on a man's bond?
Well, it's like this. Say I owe a lot of money.
How much? Thousands and thousands and thousands. How could you owe it when you don't own it? That's called high finance.
It isn't honest.
The demarcation between good business ability and dishonesty is very slight.
Infinitesimal.
It's not fine.
What isn't?
It's thin. Infinitesimal. So, Mr. Bottomley was Father's best friend. He owed a lot of money. His creditors made demands on him. Mr. Bottomley fell sick. So Father agreed to go on his bond, or in other words, guaranteed to pay his debt if he failed. He did fail. I'm older than the rest of you, and I remember when there were better times in this house. But they'll come again. Certainly. We're young and talented. Joe will be a great writer. Amy a celebrated artist. Beth a famous musician.
And you, Meg?
Still marry and support the rest of us. I had a lot of fun with Anne March today. How? Tell us. Well, she insisted on my reading that everlasting Belgium to her. So, I droned on as usual, knowing she would go to sleep. And to sleep she went. So, when her head began to bob like a hot baby dahlia, I whipped out the Vicar of Wakefield and read with one eye on him and the other on Anne. When I got to the part where they all fall in the water, I forgot and laughed out loud. And this woke Anne, and she insisted I read a bit of the frivolous stuff that I prefer to the instructive Belgium.
Weren't you frightened?
Scared to death, but I read my very best, and she liked it. But she only said, I don't understand what it's all about, so go back and read it, child. Oh, good girl, Joe.
Isn't that delightful?
Full of incomprehensibilities.
So what happened next? Well, back I went and made the primroses interesting as ever I could. Once I was wicked enough to stop at a thrilling place and say, I'm afraid it tires you, ma'am. Shall I stop now? What did she say?
I'm frightened to hear.
So exhilarating.
She caught up the knitting she dropped in her lap, gave me a sharp look through her spectacles and said, finish the chapter, and don't be impertinent, miss.
Well, did she like it?
Mercy, no. But when I went back after my gloves, there she was so hard at the vicar, she didn't hear me laugh as I danced a jig in the hall.
Oh, what a pleasant life she might have if only she chose. I don't envy her much, in spite of her money.
Rich people have as many worries as poor ones, I guess.
That reminds me of something. I have a story to tell. It isn't funny like Joe's, but I've been thinking about it all day. Is it something to do with the king?
Yes. When I arrived, I found everyone in a flurry.
Matilda said her elder brother had done something terrible and his father had sent him away. I heard Mrs. King crying and Mr. King talking very loudly.
How inexplicable!
Yes. I didn't ask any questions. But with all their wealth, I felt so sorry for them and was rather glad I hadn't any terrible brothers to do wicked things to disgrace the family.
I think being disgraced in school is far more trying than anything incorrigible boys can do.
Meaning what, Sir Oracle?
Susie Perkins came to school today with a lovely red carnelian ring. I wanted it dreadfully and wished I would turn with all my might. Well, she drew a picture of Mr. Davis with a mountainous proboscis and a hump on his back, with the words, "Young lady, my eyes upon you," coming out of his mouth in a balloon-like thing. We were all laughing when all of a sudden his eye was upon us.
What did you do? What did he say?
Ordered Susie to bring up her slate.
The poor girl, what did she do?
She was paralyzed with fright. But she went.
She had nothing else to do.
What do you think he did? Spit on the plate. Choo!
To rub it out.
Took her by the ear. The ear! Just fancy how horrid. And led her to the recitation platform, where he made her stand there for half an hour, holding the slate in her hand so everyone could see. We all sat as still as mice, and Susie had a copious course.
I'll wait till you didn't envy her then.
I felt millions of carnelian rings wouldn't have made me happy after that. I should have never gotten over such agonizing mortification.
I saw something that I liked today. What was it about? When I went to get some oysters, Mr. Lawrence was in the fish shop. Lawrence Grandfather, eh? He was just as grouchy as ever. He didn't see me, though. I hid behind the barrel. A poor woman came in with a bucket and mop and asked if she might do some scrubbing for a bit of fish because her children were hungry.
Did Mr. Connor give her employment or disintegrate her?
Well, he was in a hurry and said no rather sharply. Then Mr. Lawrence hooked the fish on the crooked of his cane and held it out to her, saying in his gruff way, "Go along, woman, and cook it." She took it out without having been wrapped. Oh, she did look funny, hugging that big slippery fish and hoping that Mr. Lawrence would baby Mary not be ugly. We are a jolly set.
Don't use such slang words, Joe. Boyish.
That's why I do it.
I detest unladylike girls.
I hate affected ninnies and ninnies, too.
Birds in their nests should agree.
And really, girls, you are both to blame. Joe, you're old enough to leave off boyish tricks. It didn't matter so much when you were little, but now that you're growing up and turn up your hair, you should remember that you are a young lady. I'm not, and if turning up my hair makes me one, I'll wear it in 2 long tails until I'm 90. I hate to think that I have to grow up and be Miss March and look as prim as a chinster. It's bad enough to be a girl when I like boys' work and games and manners.
But your hair is so pretty, Joe.
The finest in the family.
I wish mine were as nice.
I never could get over my disappointment at not being a boy. And it's worse now, for I'm going to go and fight with Father. And all I can do is sit here and knit like a poky old woman. Poor Joe, it's too bad that it can't be helped. You'll have to be content in making your name boyish and plain brother to us. And as for you, Amy, you're all too particular and prim. Your airs are funny now, but you'll grow up an affected little goose if you don't take care. I like your nice manners and refined way of speaking, when you don't try to be elegant. But your absurd words are as bad as Joe's slang. Oh. If Joe's a tomboy and Amy a goose, what am I, please? You're a dear, nothing else. Just our little mouse. What can be keeping Marmee? She'll be home soon. But her slippers are entirely worn out. She must have a new pair. I thought I'd get her some at my $1.
No, I shall.
I'm the oldest. I'm the man of the family. And I'll provide the slippers. Besides, Father told me to take special care of Mother while he was away. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's buy something for Marmee for Christmas and not get anything for ourselves. That's like you, Beth. What shall we get? I shall get her a pair of gloves. A pair of gray shoes, the best we have. Handkerchiefs, all hems.
I will get her a lovely bottle of French cologne. She likes it and it won't cost much. And I'll have money left for my pencils.
I knew it was my turn.
We must go shopping tomorrow. Right. And there's so much to do to prepare for the play for Christmas night. Aunt March is coming to see how we perform her brainchild, so we must be doubly perfect. Her brainchild? Well, she did give me the plot from an old Greek story.
You wrote it.
Joe, you didn't tell her about the dress rehearsal this afternoon, did you?
Well, I did. But there's no chance of her coming, for her leg is giving her Hail Columbia, and she's too interested in the Vicar of Wakefield. So, Amy, come, let's practice the fainting scene. You're stiff as a poker in that.
I can't help it. I've never seen anyone faint, and I don't choose to make myself all black and blue. If I can go down easily, I'll flop. If I can't, I'll sink into a chair and be graceful.
Do it like this. Clasp your hands so. Then stagger around the room saying, Roderigo! Roderigo! Save me! Save me!
All right, I'll try.
Between brothers and fathers will soon terminate. I've been extremely busy and I'm so grateful of my duties as chaplain. As you are well aware, I'm too old to be drafted and not young enough to be a soldier, but I'm doing my part and I'm satisfied. Now the best part. How are my little women? Give them my dear love and a kiss. Tell them I think of them by day and pray for them by night and find my best comfort in their affections at all times. A year seems a very long time to wait until I see them, but remind them that while we wait, we may all work, so that these hard times may not be wasted. I know they will remember all I said to them, that they will be loving children to you, will do their duties faithfully, fight their evil enemies bravely, and conquer themselves so beautifully that when I come back to them, I may be ever fonder and prouder of my new parents.
I am a selfish girl, but I'll truly try to be better so you won't be disappointed in me.
I think too much of my looks, and I hate to work, but I'll try not to anymore if I can help it. I'll try to be what he calls me, a little woman, and not be so rough and wild.
I'll be on the Father Hope for when year comes round. Or if you've got a part to play in the scheme of things.
Today, as I sat cutting out blue flannel jackets for our soldiers, I felt anxious about Father. I thought how lonely and helpless we would be if anything should happen to him. I know it wasn't wise, but I kept on worrying until an old man came in with an order for some clothes. He was so poor and tired and anxious. He came over and sat down beside me, so I began to talk to him. What did you say to him, Marty? Have you sons in the army?
Have he?
4, said he. 2 were killed, 1 a prisoner, and he was going to visit the other in Washington who was sick in a Washington hospital. I said, you have done so much for your country. Not a mite more than I ought. I'd go myself if I was able. But I'm not. So I give my boys and I give them free. He spoke so cheerfully, and he looked sincere, and he seemed so glad to give us all that I felt ashamed of myself. Here, I've given one man who thought it too much, and he'd given 4 not begrudged them. And I have all my girls at home to comfort me, while his last son is waiting miles away to say goodbye. I felt so rich, so happy thinking over my blessings, that I gave him some money and saved him partly for the lesson he taught me. Oh, my dears, when you are feeding discontent, think over this lesson really for
I'm going to take that advice. Me too.
Now, my daughters, you promised me a dress rehearsal of your Christmas play.
Oh, yes, we'll be ready in 5 minutes. Beth and Amy, help set the stage. Come on, Meg.
Oh, how fortunate I am to have daughters that are so creative, can entertain me after a long day's work. I know how hard you girls have worked on this. I'm anxious to see it.
Come on, Beth.
Young Mr. Lawrence, come in.
Thank you, Mrs. Marks. I want you to meet my tutor, Mr. John Brooke.
Oh, Mr. Brooks, pleased to meet you.
Laurie insisted I come see the rehearsal.
Joseph would start shortly after you arrived home.
And we watched for your coming the past hour.
I was detained before just in time. He just retired to get ready for the rehearsal. And we'll be the audience, but he's comfortable until it's already. So good to see you, Laurie.
Good to see you too.
I have had the great privilege of knowing your daughters, and I feel my meeting you is indeed an honor, Miss March.
How, Mr. Brooks?
You are the kind of mother I've always wished to have.
What do you mean?
My mother died when I was a baby, and my dream of a mother is in duplicate of what your daughters express in every action in reference to you.
Oh, they are tearful.
Joe is the nicest.
I'm afraid my leaning would be towards Miss May.
Really?
Marmee, are you ready?
Oh, the entire audience is seated.
Peanuts, popcorn. Get a program of the play.
Laurie, is that you?
Yes. And Mr. Brooke is here.
Oh, Meg, Mr. Brooke is here.
Hither from thy home, airy spirit, I bid thee come. Born of roses fed on dew, charms and potions canst thou brew. Bring me here with elephant speed the fragrant philter which I need. Make it sweet and swift and strong. Spirit, do not linger long.
Hagar, hast thou brewed the potion that will free me from this dastard Rodrigo?
I am intending the spirit's map.
Well, dispatch with speed, for my revenge must be appeased.
Why is your hatred so great for this Rodrigo?
He is my rival for the hand of Vera, who dwells in yon castle. I demand from you a potion to make Vera adore me, and another to destroy Rodrigo.
Again I will encamp the spirit. On, Ruan, listen, the first song.
Hither I come from my airy home, afar in the silver moon. Take the magic spell and use it well, or its power will vanish soon.
Is this the distillment that will bring me happiness and revenge?
Verily 'tis, most honored Hugo.
Then, potion, do thy dirty work. Rodrigo, thy doom is sealed, and Vera will soon be mine.
Didst thou bring the potion I demanded?
Verily I did. When dost thou ha-ha too?
To bring revenge upon his revenge.
How is possible?
That vengeful villain hath killed several of my people.
Be known to him?
Zounds himself, no. If he knew, he would not come to me seeking aid.
How will you avenge?
I mean,
How wilt thou avenge?
I shall thwart his plans and bear revenge upon him. Come, O power of evil, come, at thy word and have it done. In the snow or in the rain, bring to Hugo every pain. Refuse the good and send the worst. May his revenge be a curse.
That was wonderful.
Meg is indeed a good actress. She could make a living at it.
No one ever gets a living out of it. The best they get is an existence.
From what I hear, you are right. The tinsel in life is always very alluring, but seldom remembered.
Wasn't Jo just wonderful?
She has a spark of genius, and I don't mean in her acting. I was referring to her writing.
Oh, did she write the play?
Yes, every Christmas she writes another and more interesting one.
It seems that yestereve we met. Jupiter was glowing in the north heaven. And to the south, Orion was wending his lonely way. Oh, woe is me. The beloved of two men. And my choice, not of my honorable father.
Mayhap we could win him to our side.
I fear 'tis useless. Our cause is dark.
'Tis always darkest ere the dawn breaks upon the world.
Me father. Methinketh I hear me father. Me father. Methinketh I hear me father.
What art thou doing, daughter?
Do not enter, father. I am retiring. I may have removed my gown.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, and love in your heart for the man of my choice, the Honorable Hugo.
Good night, father. 'Tis here?
Nay, I heard nothing.
'Twas my father, betrothed to Sir Hugo.
There is but one solution, my love.
What's it?
Flight.
Wait!
My restless state in the vastness of the Black Forest.
That was the dragon?
No longer does he abide the locality.
What meanest thou?
I slew him yestereve. Out of the forest came he, demanding the blood of a nobleman. I mounted my trusty black charger of Pelinon. Fire flew from the monster's mouth, and the gleam in his eyes was like twin suns in their brilliance. He mocked and reared at my approach, stood on his hind legs, and rose to the height of a mountain. Then he sprang. A Pelinon is a quick-witted charger, and who stood by me in many the combat with evil. He was not to be outwitted or gainsayed. For his quickest thought, he sprang to one side, and in a flash my trusty Damascus blade had entered the heart of the beast. Pelinon, knowing the death agonies would be dangerous to man and horse, took to his heels. The beast slashed left and right, uprooting trees around the hills with each slash of his tail, and not until sundown did his agony cease, and he lay cold in death.
My hero! My Rodrigo!
I have a rope ladder to reach the tremendous heights of thy chamber. Thinkest thou it is possible to catch it?
Cast the rope and I shall catch it.
Hast thou secured it?
I come to you with great dispatch. Oh, get off me.
Let me help you, Jo.
I told you so. I told you so. Are you hurt? Of course I am.
How could you be? I was on the bottom. I'm sorry, Amy. Will you forgive me?
That's all right. It was my fault.
That's the way. Oh, sisterly argument should end. I'm proud of your attitude, Amy. At last, someone is gaining a level head at this topsy-turvy house.
Aunt March, I didn't know you were here.
Have you ever appreciated my being anywhere?
I did, all of it. And I would advise a great deal of application and rehearsal if you intend to perform at Christmas Eve. Oh, it's in a deplorable state of imperfection.
Oh, Marge, this is the young Mr. Lawrence. How do you do?
And my tutor, Mr. Brooke.
Did you say book?
No, Brooke.
Oh. Josephine, you must be more positive and commanding as Sir Hugo, and more gentle and loving as Rodrigo. Suit your actions to your words, and you might be possible as both characters. Margaret, use less characterization in your voice as Hagar the Witch. Oh. Amy, use fewer gestures and talk like a human being. Dear, Beth, what was... You must study your role. You simply do not know what you're talking about.
How does it all end, May?
Well, this young lady's name is Margaret, Mr. Look.
Shall we proceed, Margaret?
Yes, do. I want to hear the finish, Joe. Miss Josephine.
I'll tell you how it ends. The father interferes with the flight. The villain wants to get the hero to drink with him, but unbeknownst to him, Hagar the Witch has switched the grooves. When Sir Hugo partakes of the death-dealing distillment, he dies. Rodrigo then asks for the hand of Vera in marriage, but her father informs him that he is too poor to even offer a dowry. Whereupon Rodrigo claps his hands, a page enters carrying bags of gold. The gold is set on the floor and spills upon the floor. Rodrigo is then given to her lover Vera, and all in
Wonderful.
How do you girls manage the drinking scene when Miss Josephine plays both Hugo and Rodrigo?
I play Rodrigo in that scene.
Oh, you girls are too versatile.
I'll go, Maureen.
Permit me to accompany you, Miss March.
Well, now, why do they have to knock? The door is unlatched.
Joe, you were just scrumptious.
Oh.
If we telegram to Washington.
Get her some water, Lily.
No, I will get it.
Read it, Mommy.
Your husband is very ill. Come at once.
Daddy. My poor Daddy.
I must find a means to go to Washington at once.
I'll see what I can do.
Wait for me, Laurie.
If you don't think I'm intruding, I'll accompany you to Washington.
Oh, I couldn't ask that of you, Mr. Brooke.
I'll have Mr. Lawrence commission me to go.
Maybe he'll listen to my plea on your behalf.
Amy, Beth, do you think you're strong enough to catch that old trunk of mine?
Yes, Mommy.
So, that was your young Mr. Lawrence, was it? What a pity. You might have known he'd take after the harum-scarum ways of that mother of his, the opera singer. Oh, I never did blame his father for taking him out of the home under the circumstances. Well, now, are you going to inform me as to what was in the telegram or not?
Here, read it.
Well, how do you think my spectacles? If I know where my spectacles were, do you ever lose yours?
I don't have to wear them yet.
Huh? Don't flaunt your age in my teeth. You're no younger than I. How old are you?
Have you found him yet?
What a way to answer my question.
I was referring to your flat.
Well, why don't you say what you mean? Yes, here they are. I had them all the time. And if you couldn't see them from there, I would advise that you obtain a pair for yourself as soon as possible.
Read the telegram, please.
just as I've always said, not a brain in his head, running off to war at his age. Oh, the army wouldn't have him, for he was too old and too sick to be a soldier, so off he goes, without pay, to minister the gospel to the sick and the dying. Oh,
A noble sacrifice.
sacrificing his health, a fine sacrifice indeed. Well, you'll receive no money from me to go to his aid.
I haven't asked for money, have I?
Well, why not? You'll need it, won't you?
Yes.
Then why not use mine?
Because you haven't offered any.
Oh. Oh, but I do. He's my own flesh and blood, sick and alone among strangers. Oh, who better than I to pay for his comforts? Oh, of course. How much do you need?
Well,
Now, don't interrupt. Oh, dear, I have no money with me, but you can stop by on your way to the station and I'll give you all that is necessary. And you'd better hurry. There's a train leaving in half an hour if my watch is correct. Amy, hand me my hat, please. Now, how are you coming with your drawing?
Well,
Don't interrupt your elders. I already know. I've spoken with your Mr. Harris, and he tells me he feels you have a fine talent. So, keep practicing, studying, improving, and when you're ready, I promise to send you to York.
thanks, Aunt March.
And Amy, have you read The Vicar of Wakefield?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, you should. It is a great book. Good day.
oh, then, dear soul, see what it means my children to live alone. Take mother's advice and marry some worthy young man and make homes for yourself and create something more than selfishness out of life. Beth, would you have anything for me?
Yes, Mommy.
Grandfather sent these for Mr. March.
You and Amy put them in the trunk, would you please? I'll go get my things to pack.
Make the wine bottles, but don't let them fall. Hold on to them. They're 50 years old.
Is that why they're so slippery?
Grandfather said to place the blankets in a bottle. The wine bottle's in the center so they won't break.
Oh, Laurie, you're holding my hand.
It's a nice hand to hold.
Do you really think so?
The softest I ever held.
Oh, you've held hands before.
Yes, Joe's. But hers are like a boy's.
Joe always wanted to be a boy. You know, I think a girl should be a girl. So then she's preparing her life for motherhood and marriage.
Grandfather said this wine was from Mr. March when it began to convalesce. That last word is his. It's too big for me.
Oh, that's a simple word.
What does it mean?
You wouldn't understand.
How do you know I wouldn't?
Well, what is it?
What?
The word your grandfather used.
That's what I'm asking you.
Mommy, you tell him.
It means to get well slowly.
Oh.
Here we are, Mommy.
And we have good news. Mr. Lawrence commissioned me to go to Washington, and I'm to have leave for 2 months.
Wonderful.
Did Jennings hitch up to Grace?
They're at the door.
Are you all packed, Mrs. March?
Yes, I am.
Lend a hand then, and we'll carry the trunk to the carriage.
Girls, would you fetch my bonnet?
making Father comfortable and bringing him home.
Where did you get it? $25. Joe, I hope you haven't done anything rash.
No, it's mine, honestly. I didn't beg, borrow, or steal it. I earned it. And I don't think you'll blame me, for I only sold what was my own.
Your hair! Your beautiful hair!
Joe, how could you? You're one beauty.
My dear, there was no need to do it.
What made you do it?
Well, I was dying to do something for Father. Meg gave all of her quarterly salary for the rent. And I bought some clothes with mine. And I felt wicked. I had no idea of selling my hair at first. But as I walked along, I saw a sign in a barber shop window. And then it came to me. I have something that I can make money out of. So I walked in and asked the barber if he would buy my hair. I don't see how you dared to do it. Well, the barber stared at first. He wasn't used to having girls bounce into a shop and ask him to buy their hair. But when I told him what I wanted it for, he changed his mind and said to his assistant, "Please oblige the young lady."
Didn't you feel dreadful when the first cut came?
So I took one last look at my hair, and the man got the shears, and that was the end of it. But I did feel sick to my stomach when I saw my dear hair on the table.
Oh, Joe, your father will appreciate this sweet sacrifice for him. Yes, dear. Now, Meg, you read a little about the living masters. And Miss Beth. Now, girls, don't breathe and don't fret while I'm coming. And don't think you can comfort yourself by being idle. Just keep on with your work as usual, for work will bring great peace. And remember, whatever happens is God's will and for the best, my dear neighbor.
I've made such quantities, it would be hard to choose which I'd have.
You'd have to pick your favorite one. Which is it?
If I tell mine, will you tell yours?
Yes, if the girls will too.
We will.
And our sweet little invalid.
Don't joke, Laurie. I'll be well soon.
I was sure of that, or I never said what I did.
Now, Laurie.
After I travel the world and seen as much as I want to, I'd like to settle in Germany and have as much music as I choose. I'm to be a famous musician myself, and all creation is to rush to see me. But I'm never to be bothered with money or business. Just enjoy myself and live for what I like. That's my favorite castle. What's yours, Meg?
I should like a lovely house full of all sorts of luxurious things. Nice food, pretty clothes, handsome furniture, pleasant people, and heaps of money. I am to be mistress of it and manage it as I like, with plenty of servants, so I never need work. I wouldn't be idle, but would do good and make people love me dearly.
Would you have a master for your castle in the air?
I said pleasant people, you know.
Why don't you say you have a splendid wife, good husband, and several angelic children? You know your castle wouldn't be perfect without.
You'd have nothing but horses, novels, and inkstands in yours.
Wouldn't I, though? I'd have a stable full of Arabian seeds and rooms filled with books. And I would write out of a magic inkstand so that my books would be famous, like Laurie's music. I want to do something heroic and wonderful that won't be forgotten after I'm dead. I don't know what, though. I shall write books and become rich and famous. That's my favorite thing.
Mine is to get well,
stay at home with Father and Mother, and help take care of the family. I only wish we may all keep well and stay together. Nothing else.
My pet is to go to Rome, to paint beautiful pictures, and be the best artist in the whole world.
We're an ambitious set, aren't we? All want to be rich and famous. I wonder if any of us will ever get our wishes.
If we're alive, 10 years hence, let's all meet together and see which of us get our wishes.
I hope I shall have done something by then to be proud of. But I'm such a lazy dog. I fear that I shall dawdle, Joe.
Mother says you just need a motive, and when you get it, you'll work splendidly. You should do what your grandfather wishes. Don't be dismal or pressed, but do your duty and you'll get your reward, as well as Mr. Brooke has, by being respected and loved.
And what do you know about him?
Only what your grandfather told me, how he took good care of his sister until she died and wouldn't go abroad to tutor some nice rich people.
That's like grandfather to find out all about him. If I get my wish, you'll see what I'll do for Brooke.
Begin now, by not plaguing the life out of him.
How do you know that I do?
I can always tell by his face when he goes away. If you've been good, he looks happy and walks briskly. But if you plague him, he walks slowly and looks sober and dejected.
So you keep an accounting of my good and bad marks in Brooke's face, do you? I see him smile and bow as he passes your window, but I didn't know that you got a telegraph.
I'll go.
Father!
Joe, my boy!
Good to see you! Mommy!
Hey, you grow.
So glad that you're back.
Thank you.
Let me take your
Amy,
hand.
my sweetheart. Oh, thank you very much. Last but not least, my little mouse.
How did you stop the train, Mr. Brooke?
Oh, splendid. And your father there knows a brave soldier all the way. You must have a million things to talk about. I'll just take Laurie with me.
Oh, I didn't see you there, my boy. How are you? I don't blame you with such fine daughters to greet you. I'll see you soon, sir, and hope your health will return.
It's so good to have you both back. It seems an age since you went away,
It has been a pretty long road.
but we've got you back.
Well, I think our burdens are on a fair way to tumble off soon. Here's one. I remember when this hand was white and smooth and the only care was to keep it, so it was pretty then. To me, it's much prettier now. In these blemishes, I read a little history. A burnt offering made to vanity. These calloused hands have earned more than blisters. And I know the sewing done by these prick fingers will last a good long time. So much goodwill went into the stitches. I am proud to shake this good industrious hand and hope that I shall not soon be asked to give it away.
Please say something nice about Joe, Father. She's been so very, very good to me.
In spite of the cropped head, I don't see the sun. Joe, I left a year ago. I see a young lady that pins her collars and laces her boots neatly. Though her face is rather pale from watching and anxiety, but I do like to look at it. It's grown gentle. I know I'll miss my wild girl, but I'll get a strong, tender-hearted woman in her place. Don't know if the shearing has sobered our black sheep, but I do know in all of Washington there is nothing beautiful enough to be bought with the $5 and $20 that my good girl sent me.
I'm trying to be your son, but I feel like crying just the same.
Now then, Father.
Well, there's so little of her, I'm afraid to say anything for fear she'll slip away altogether. Though she's not as shy as she used to be, I have you safe now, my Beth, and I'll keep you so. Please, God.
It's good to have you back.
Amy, last and certainly not least. Yeah, I'm pleased to see that you're contented to be last. As you grow older, you'll learn to mold your character like you do your little clay models. But I would be infinitely prouder of a lovable daughter with a talent for making life beautiful for herself and others than a great artist.
Now, children, I think it's best we take Father to his room.
Maybe that would be best. Thank you very much.
He got so tired on the trip home. Mommy, I'm so pleased that you're back. I'm worried about something. May,
How quickly you guessed. What is it?
A
Mercy, tell me, dear.
Well, last summer, Meg left a pair of gloves over at the lodge for us, and only one was returned. We forgot all about it until Teddy told me that Mr. Brooke had it, and he kept it in his waistcoat pocket. And once it fell out, and Teddy joked him about it, and Mr. Brooke owns that he liked Meg, but he didn't dare say so, for he was so poor and she so young. Now, isn't that a dreadful state of things?
Do you think that Meg cares for him?
Mercy, no. But I don't know anything about love and such nonsense. In books, the girls show it by staring and blushing, fainting away, growing thin, and acting like fools. But Meg doesn't do anything of the sort. She eats, drinks, and sleeps like a sensible creature. She looks straight in my face when I talk about that man, and only blushes a little when Laurie jokes about lovers.
So you fancy Meg is not interested in John?
In who?
Mr. Brooke. I call him John now. We fell into it at the hospital.
Oh, dear! I know you'll take his side and let Meg marry him if she wants to. Mean thing to go helping Papa and you just to wheedle you into liking him.
Joe, you don't be getting angry over this. John was so devoted to Father that he couldn't help but be fond of him. And John was perfectly open and honorable about Meg. He told us that he loved her, but that he would earn a comfortable home before he asked her to marry him.
Oh, isn't that just like him?
He only wanted Arlene to love her and work for her, and the right to make her love him if he could. Oh, but I would not consent to Meg engaging herself so young.
Of course not. That would be idiotic. I knew there was mischief brewing. I felt it, and now it's worse than ever. Oh, I just wish I could marry Meg myself and keep her safe in the family.
Oh, Joe, dear. Well, when I see Meg and John together, I can judge better of her feelings towards him. Now, Joe, I confide in you, and I don't want you to say anything to Meg.
She'll see him in those handsome eyes she talks about, and it will be all up with her. She's got such a soft heart, it will melt like butter in the sun if anyone looks sentimentally at her.
Joe, aren't you overdoing it?
And she likes hazel eyes, and don't think John an ugly name. And she'll go and fall in love, and that will be the end of peace, fun, and cozy times together.
Not the end, Joe, dear.
I see it all now. They'll go lumbering around the house, and we'll all have to dodge. Meg will be absorbed and no use to me anymore. And Brooke will scratch up a fortune somewhere and carry her off, and make a hole in the family. Oh, why weren't we all boys? And there wouldn't be any such bother. You don't like it, Mommy? Then let's not tell Meg, but send him about his business. And all be happy, and we always have been.
Oh, I did wrong to sigh, Joe. It's only natural and right that you should all go to homes of your own in time. Just I do want to keep my girls as long as I can. If Meg and John love one another, they can wait and test their love by doing so.
Wouldn't you rather Meg marry a rich man?
Well, money is a good and useful thing, and I hope my girls never feel the need of it too bitterly, or tempted by too much. But I know from experience how much genuine happiness can be had in a plain little home where the daily bread is earned and some privations give sweetness to the few pleasures.
I'm disappointed in Meg. For I plan to have her marry Teddy by and by, and sit in the lap of luxury all her days.
Oh, I'm afraid Laurie is hardly grown up enough for Meg. Don't make plans, Joe, but let their own hearts and time make your plans.
I just hate to see everything so crisscrossed and snarled up. When a cut here and a snip there would straighten it all out. Oh, I wish wearing flat irons on our heads would keep us from growing up. But buds will be roses, and kittens, cats. Father is asking for you, Marmy.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
beating his chest, Lord?
Going on like your John will by and by. Touching, isn't it?
Don't say my John. It isn't proper or true. I've told you, I don't care much about you, and there isn't anything else to be said. But we are all to be friendly and go on as before.
I see through you. You're not like yourself a bit, and seem so far away from me.
I don't mean to play you, and shall bear it like a man. But I do wish it was all settled. So if you mean never to do it, then make haste, and get it over with quickly. I can't say or do anything until he speaks. And if he did speak, you wouldn't know what to say, but would cry or blush. Or let him have his way, instead of giving him a good, decisive no. I'm not so silly and weak as you think. I know just what I should say, for I planned it all. So I needn't be taken unaware. There's no knowing what may happen, and I wish to be prepared.
Well, would you mind telling me what you will say to him?
Oh, not at all. You're quite old enough to be my confidant, and my experiences will be useful to you in your own affairs of this sort.
I don't plan to have any. I'd like to watch other people philander, but I should feel like a fool doing it myself.
I think not. If you liked someone very much, and he liked you.
Well, anyway, what will you say to John?
I shall say, quite calmly and decisively, thank you, Mr. Brooks. Let us be friends as we were.
That sounds stiff and cold enough, but I don't think you'll ever say it, and I don't think he'll be satisfied if you do. If he goes on like those rejected lovers in books, you'll give in to him rather than hurt his feelings.
No, I won't. I shall tell him I have made up my mind and walk out of the room with dignity. Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Brooks.
Good afternoon. I came to get my umbrella. That is to see if your father was resting easily.
I'll go and ask him. Mother would like to see you. Pray sit down, I'll call her.
Don't go. You're not afraid of me, are you, Meg?
How could I be afraid of you when you've been so kind to Father? I only wish I could thank you for it.
Shall I tell you how?
Oh no, please don't.
I won't trouble you, Meg. I only want to know if you care for me a little. I love you so much.
I don't know.
Please try and find out. I want to know so much, and well, I can't go to war with any heart unless I know if I'm to get my reward in the end or not.
I'm too young.
I'll wait. And in the meantime, you could be learning to like me. Would it be a hard lesson, dear?
Not if I choose to learn it, but
Please, choose to learn it. I love to teach, and besides, this is easier than Latin or Greek.
I don't choose. Please go away and let me be.
Do you really mean that?
I do. I don't want to be worried about such things.
I hope you'll change your mind by and by. I'll wait and say nothing until you've had more time.
Don't think of me at all. I'd rather you wouldn't.
Blessed, what is this?
You're Father's friend, and March, I'm so surprised to see you.
That's evident. Well, what is Father's friend saying to make you look red as a peony? There's mischief afoot, and I mean to know what it is.
We were merely talking. Mr. Brooke came for his umbrella.
Yes, it's out here.
Brooke, you haven't gone and accepted him, have you, child?
Hush, she'll hear you. Shan't I call Mother?
No, not yet. I have something to say to you, and I must get it off of my mind at once. Tell me, do you intend to marry this Brooke? For if you do, not one penny of my money will go to you. Remember that and be a sensible girl.
I shall marry whom I please, Aunt March, and you can leave your money to anyone you like.
Tidy. Is that the way you take my advice? Well, you'll be sorry for it by and by when you try love in a cottage and find it a failure.
It can't be a worse love than some people find in a big house.
Oh, now, Margaret, dear, be reasonable. Be reasonable and take my advice. I do mean it kindly enough. I just don't want to see you spoil your whole life by making a mistake at the beginning. You need to marry well and help your family. Oh, you you need to make a rich match. And it needs to be impressed upon you.
Father and Mother don't think so. They like John, even though he is poor.
Oh, your parents, my dear, have no more worldly knowledge than two babes.
I'm glad of it.
This book, he's poor, isn't he? And he hasn't any rich relatives.
No, but he has many warm friends.
Oh, well, you can't live on friends. Try it and see how cool they become. He hasn't any business, has he?
Not yet. Mr. Lawrence is going to help him.
That won't last long. James Lawrence is a crotchety old fellow. What people get out of being cross with the whole world is simply beyond me. He isn't to be trusted. People who lose their tempers never are.
We rarely see our own virtues, do we, Aunt March?
Yes, you're right. So, you intend to marry this book, who has no money, no prospects, no business, and go on working harder than you do now, when by listening to me, taking my advice and marrying well, you might live comfortably on your days? Oh, Margaret, I thought you had better sense.
I couldn't do better if I waited half my life. John is good and wise. He's got heaps of talent. He's willing to work. He's just
childish prattle.
Everyone likes and respects him.
And since when are you everyone?
I'm proud to think he cares for me, though I'm so young and poor and silly.
He knows you have rich relatives, and that's the secret to his liking, I suspect.
Aunt March, how dare you say such a thing? John is above such meanness, and I won't listen to you a minute if you talk so.
Oh, liberty jacket.
My job wouldn't vary for money any more than I would. We are willing to wait, and we're going to work. I'm not afraid of being poor, for I've been happy so far, and I know I shall make it up.
I wash my hands of the whole affair. You are a willful child and have lost more by this piece of folly than you know.
Won't you stay and see Father?
No. I'm too disappointed in you and haven't the spirits to visit with your father now.
But he only just arrived from Washington. He'll be very much disappointed.
Oh, his disappointment. Oh, his disappointment. What about my disappointment? Should you make this match? Not one penny from me will you see. Your Mr. Drunk's friends will have to support you. I'm through with you forever.
I couldn't help but hearing. Thanks for defending me. And Aunt March for showing you care for me a little.
I didn't know how much until she abused you.
And I mean go away, but may stay and be happy. May I, dear?
Yes, John.
What is this I see?
It's just what you see.
Well, congratulations.
You're the first one to encourage us.
You'll make the best couple in the land.
Thanks.
I knew John would have it all his way.
Oh, but I didn't.
You always do.
If it wasn't Aunt March, I'd have failed.
You mean she agreed?
She was mean, but she didn't agree.
I don't understand.
I had prearranged to reject John.
And did?
Well, what was your plan?
To say, thank you, Mr. Brooke, you are very kind, and fly out of the room.
And what did you say instead when you proposed?
Yes, John. Move into his arms.
Mrs. March, at last, a son has come into your house.
Oh, I suspected it, but not quite so soon.
Mother.
My son.
Marmee.
Oh, Meg, come, your father will want to hear about this.
Did you tell him? Yes. You told him no? No, I told him yes. I don't approve of them, Matt, but shall make up my mind to bear it and not say a word against it. You can't know how hard it is for me to give up Meg.
You don't give her up. You only go halves.
It can never be the same again. I've lost my dearest friend.
You've got me in the way. I'm not good for much, but I'll stand by you, Joe, all the days of my life. Upon my word, I will.
I know you will, Teddy. You're such a great comfort to me, and I'm so much obliged to you.
Yes. I love you, Joe.
No, Teddy, please don't.
Yes, I will, and you must hear me. It's no use, Joe. We've got to have it out. And the sooner the better for both of us.
Say what you will, then. I'll listen.
I've loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it. You've been so good to me. I've tried to show it, but you wouldn't let me. Now I'm going to make you hear me and give me an answer, for I can't go on any longer.
I wanted to save you this. I thought you would understand.
I know you did, but girls are so peculiar. Never know what they mean. Say no when they mean yes, and drive a man half out of his wits just for the fun of it.
I never wanted to make you care for me.
I'd hoped you'd love me, though I'm not half good now.
You are. You're a great deal too good for me, and I'm so grateful to you and proud and fond of you. I don't know why I can't love you as you want me to, but I just can't change the feeling. It would be a lie to say I do when I don't.
Really? Truly, Joe?
I don't believe it's the right sort of love, and I'd rather not try it. Teddy, there's something I want to tell you.
Don't tell me that. I can't bear to know.
Tell what?
That you love another man.
Oh, I haven't the least idea of loving anyone else.
But you will, after a while. And then what will become of me?
You'll love someone else too, like a sensible boy, and forget all about this trouble.
I can never love anyone else. And I'll never forget you, Joe. Never. Never.
You haven't heard what I wanted to tell you, so please sit down. For I do want to make things right.
Go on.
I agreed with Marmee that you and I are not suited to each other. For our strong wills and quick tempers would make us miserable if we were so foolish as to...
To marry? No, we shouldn't, Joe, if you love me. I should be a perfect saint. And you can make me anything you like.
I can't. I've tried and I've failed. And I won't risk our happiness on such a serious experiment. So we'll be good friends all our lives, but we won't go and do anything rash.
Yes, we will. If we get a chance.
Now please take a sensible view of the case and be reasonable.
I won't be reasonable. I don't want to take what you call a sensible view. It won't help me, and it will only make me sore. I don't believe that you've got any heart.
I wish I hadn't.
Don't disappoint us, dear. Everybody expects it. Grandfather set his heart upon it. Your people like it, and I can't get on without you. So say you will, and let's be happy. Do! Do!
I can't say yes truly, so I won't say it at all. You'll see that I'm right by and by, and thank me for it.
I'll be hanged if I do.
Yes, you will. You'll find some fine accomplished girl who'll make a fine mistress in your fine home. We should quarrel. We can't help it even now. And I shouldn't like elegant society, and you would. And I couldn't get on without my scribbling, and you would hate it. And we would be miserable and wish we hadn't done it, and everything would be horrid.
Anything more?
Nothing else. Except, I don't think that I shall ever marry. For I'm happy as I am, and too fond of my liberty to be in a hurry to give it up for any mortal man.
I know better. You think so now. But there'll come a time when you'll care for somebody. And you'll love him tremendously, and you'll live and die for him. I know you will. It's your way. And I shall have to stand by and see it.
Yes, I will live and die for him if he ever comes along and makes me love him in spite of myself. I've tried to be reasonable, but you just won't listen. I'm fond of you, very fond indeed. But I shall never marry you. And the sooner you believe that, the better for the both of us.
You'll be sorry, Joe.
Where are you going?
To the devil.
Where are you rushing to, Laurie? What's wrong with Laurie?
He was foolish enough to propose to me.
And you refused?
We're all too young to think of such things.
Well, Meg has more than thought of it. I was just talking with Aunt March, and she told me everything.
Did she threaten to cut Meg off?
It's an ill wind.
Meaning what?
Well, very soon I'm to leave for Rome to study painting under the masters.
Isn't that wonderful?
Doubly so.
How?
Well, Mr. Lawrence informed Aunt March that he was sending Laurie to Europe next month.
Won't that be gorgeous? You'll see a great deal of each other then.
Well, won't you care?
No.
Joe, I have a confession to make.
A confession regarding what?
Well, Laurie told me that he loved you more than me. And I did a terrible thing, Joe. I flew into a rage and ran to the attic to your desk and got your novel and ripped it into shreds and threw it in the fire.
What? My little book that I was so fond of? That I worked so hard on? Have you really burnt it?
Yes, and you wicked, wicked girl! I can never write it again, and I'll never forgive you as long as I live! Get away from me!
Whoa! What does this mean? Oh, Mommy. It's my horrible temper. I try to curb it, and every time it breaks out worse than ever. What shall I do? What shall I do? Watch and pray, dear. And never get tired of trying. And never think it impossible to conquer your faults.
There you are, my dear. Now, leave us alone. We know how to navigate. Don't we, little mouse?
Yes, Father.
Sit here. Thank you. Tell me all about yourself. What have you been doing while I've been away?
Well, there isn't much to tell, good father, except that Joe, Amy, and Meg have been such devoted attention sisters that even though I was not certain of some of the events of those dark days, I felt their loving presence constantly with me. And when they told me of your return, I fully determined to get well.
We'll get strong and healthy together. We'll make a race of it. What do you say?
Yes, my beloved father, and I will hold firm to your teaching.
And the race will end in a dead heat.
What does that mean?
Under the wire, even Stevens.
What is the city of Washington like, Father?
Oh, it's the dream of dreams. It's the most beautiful place that man has ever comprehended. Although now it is cast in a pall of sorrow.
And New York, Father, what of it?
Oh, it's too massive for comprehension.
I'm going there.
Really?
Yes, I've written to Mrs. Kirk and applied for a position as tutor to her children. Sure, you didn't.
Did she answer?
Yes, she replied by saying that I could have my nights free to write to my heart's content.
You won't be leaving soon, I hope.
If you object, I won't go at all.
Yeah, we'll see.
Beth, dear, are you comfortable?
Yes, and so much better since you arrived.
It's the postman. I'll go.
Have something special for dinner tonight, Mother.
Something that will help you get better.
Yes, a nice broth would be wonderful.
Hurrah! 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 Look, a check!
What does this mean, Joe?
Beth can go to the seashore as the doctor ordered.
No, I can't do it, dear. It would be selfish.
Oh, but I set my heart upon it, and you shall go. That's what I tried for, and that's why I succeeded. I never get on when I work for myself, but it will help me to work for you, don't you see? And won't it be fun to have you come home strong and rosy again?
Hooray for Dr. Joe, who always cures her patients.
This check is from the Daily Eagle.
Yes, look. The Rival Painters by Miss Josephine March. First prize in the contest, the reward of $100. I was sitting by a boy in the train, and he had a newspaper with stories and illustrations by Mrs. Northberry.
A prolific writer, eh?
Yes, and he told me that she made a good living of it. So I told him I could do the same. And he said, well, go ahead then. So that's what gave me the idea, and I took my story to his office.
Weren't you frightened?
scared to death. It took me 3 tries just to get up the stairs.
Why was that?
Well, there was the dentist's office adjoining the doorway with a huge set of gaping jaws that opened and shut.
What a girl.
Dr. Joe, that laughter's the best medicine we've had in weeks.
This is the first I've heard of it or him. A worthwhile reply, Joe. Lucrative and surprising.
What was the story?
Oh, the usual. A labyrinth of love, murder, and mystery. Where in the end, one half of the ensemble is dead, and the other half live happily ever after.
You can do better than that, Joe. Aim for the highest in life and never mind the money.
I'll make a compromise of the two.
I'm going to go for a walk around the grounds. Would you care to join me, Beth?
No, I'm rather comfortable here.
Well, if I win this race, if well before you do through my walks, it'll be your loss.
Come, Father, I'll run from you up. We won't be long, girls.
Just a breath of fresh air.
Why don't you want to go to the seashore, Beth?
I fear to be so far away from home.
Fear?
Try to see it so. And don't be troubled about me. Because it's best, indeed it is.
Is that why you were so happy when you knew Mother and Father were returning? Did you know it then and keep it to yourself?
Yes. I gave up hoping then, but did not like to own it. I tried to think it was a sick fancy and would not let it trouble anyone. When I saw you all so well and strong and full of happy plans for their return, it's hard to feel I could never be like you. And then I was miserable, Joe.
Oh, Beth, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you let me help and comfort you? Why did you shut me out? I wanted to help you in your bidding farewell to health, love, and life. Oh, you poor child. You bore your cross so cheerfully.
Perhaps it was wrong, but I tried to do right. I wasn't sure, and no one said anything, and I hoped I was mistaken. It would have been selfish to frighten all of you. At least I thought so then, and you so happy with Laurie.
He's fond of you too, Beth.
He's so good to me. I love him like a brother. You are all so dear and loving that I hate to leave you. I try every day to get better. I want you oh so much. I'm full of hope in the morning, but every evening I lose a little and feel I shall never get it back. Life is like the tide, Joe. It struggles to get the flow, enjoys its brief moment of achievement, and then turns and goes up slowly. But it can't be stopped.
But it shall be stopped. Your tide shall not go out so soon. I won't let it. I'll work and fight and pray against it. It can't be too late. There must be something we can do.
It is not for us to judge. We must leave everything to God, the Father of us all. He alone teaches and strengthens hearts and spirits for life to come. It's hard to say that I'm glad to go, for life has been very sweet to me. You'll tell the others, won't you, Joe? I've heard that people who are nearest to us are often blindest to such things. If they don't see, you can tell them for me. I don't want any secrets, and it's kind of to prepare them. Meg has John to comfort her, and Laura will comfort Amy. But you must stand by Father and Mother, won't you, Joe?
If I can, Beth. But I won't give you up yet. I'm going to believe it's a sick fancy and not let you think it's true.
I don't know how to express myself, and shouldn't to anyone but you, because I can't speak out to anyone but you. I only mean to say I have a feeling it was never intended I should live long.
Beth, please!
I only mean to say I'm not like the rest of you. I never made any plans about what I'd do when I grew up. Never thought about being married as you all did. I couldn't see myself as anything but stupid little Beth trotting about at home, of no use anywhere but here. I never wanted to go away. And the hardest part now is leaving you all. I'm not afraid, but it seems as though I should be homesick for you, even in heaven.
Then make up your mind not to leave us. I'm going to have you strong and rosy by spring. And think of the race with Father. Do you want him to win at his age, and you at yours?
Joe, dear, don't hope anymore. It won't do any good, I'm sure of it. We won't be miserable, but enjoy being together while we wait. Not neither. That's your part in life, Joe. Everyone leans on you for support. Why not? I'm strong. We've had some happy times together, haven't we, Joe? Yes, yes. And I feel the times will go out easily. If you're with me. I love you. Please don't leave us.
Please give your attention. For the next 10 minutes, as the March family recovers from their terrible tragedy, and 3 years fly quickly by, we would invite you to stand, to relax, to stretch, to mingle. But we ask you to do so in a quiet, orderly, mannerly fashion, please. For those of you who may be in need of our indoor conveniences, we would invite you to exit the black curtain door to my right. Ladies first, gentlemen at the rear. For those of you who might be interested in some wonderfully delicious, though slightly unhealthy snacks and drinks, we would also invite you to go out the black curtain door, around the hall, and into the kitchen area. Again, we invite you to stand, to enjoy yourselves, but no running, no pushing, no yelling. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Marmy. Many of them. Yay.
We're the twins, Casey and Jimmy.
John is following behind with them. Marmy, you look beautiful.
For my children.
I'll home to celebrate your birthday. How is Joe?
Her life in New York has been a broadening experience. This German professor she speaks so much about, Mr. Bear, must have given her some good, sound, substantial advice.
Who is this Professor Bear?
She'll tell you. I've invited Ralph Waldo Emerson for dinner. Your father's with him now.
Don't you fear he may consider Joe's writing as trash?
He's too great an artist to ridicule. Besides, he's spoken highly of some of Joe's writing.
You mean he's read them?
Of course he's written them.
Oh, truly? Marmy, I want to have a talk. Where are the others?
Joe's upstairs finishing a story she must post, and Amy and Laurie ran off to visit grandfather. So we're alone, my dear.
This is a great good fortune, Marmy.
What's wrong, dear?
It's John.
What's he been doing?
I just don't know how to tell it.
Oh, forget your being married. Become a child again and tell Marmy your problems.
I'm contemplating divorce.
Oh, my dear. Such a move involves scandal.
Well, I don't care if it does.
Sit down, dear, and open your heart. Start at the beginning.
Well, he's away all day and night. Whenever I want to see him, he's continually over at the Scots. It isn't fair that I should have all work and never any amusement. Men are very selfish, even the best of them.
So are women. Don't blame John until you see what you are wrong yourself.
But it can't be right for him to neglect me.
Don't you neglect him.
Marmy, I thought you'd take my part.
I do, so as far as sympathy goes. But Meg, dear, I think the fault is yours.
I don't see how.
Didn't you spend the evenings exclusively with John before the twins were born?
Well, yes. But I can't do that now with 2 babies to tend.
I know it's hard, dear. You're only making the same mistake that most young mothers make. Don't neglect your husband for babies. Don't shut him out of the nursery, but teach him to help in it. The children need him. Help him to understand that he has a part to do. And maybe most important, get close to John.
How do you advise I do it?
Take an interest in whatever he likes. Talk to him. Let him read to you and exchange ideas. Don't shut yourself up because you're a woman. Understand what's going on and educate yourself.
Must I ask you about politics and business and society?
Yes, see if it doesn't help. See if he doesn't enjoy your company more. Now is the time to grow close, for that first tenderness will soon wear off if care is not taken to preserve it. And no time is so precious and so beautiful to parents as the first years of the little life given them to train. How paternal you look.
Let me have your hat, dear. You look so hot and tired.
Oh, how precious and innocent they look.
You should have heard them a few minutes ago.
Oh, you don't think...
No, not that. See, Penny stuck Daisy and she began to yell, and then Demi got angry and wanted to show her that he could scream her down.
Give him to me.
Be careful not to break them.
I've handled babies before you were born.
But not toys.
I'll put you on.
John, I have decided to give the children less of my time, more to you.
Are you both all right?
Yes. Who do you think the best man for the next president?
Am I hearing right? Did you say whom will be the best man for president?
I think we should run Lincoln then. Of course, James Buchanan is a bit too old to be put up. Don't you think?
You're sure you're all right?
Yes. Andrew Jackson and Lincoln is our best ticket.
It's Johnson, not Jackson, dear.
Oh, vice president things really don't matter. It might as well be Smith.
Quite right.
We must have Mrs. Scott and her family over for dinner some night soon. What does she like best, steak or chicken?
I really never noticed.
Well, we'll have both.
What has come over you, Meg, dear?
Don't worry. I'm not losing my senses, nor am I mad. I just opened my heart to Mother.
And she told you to ask a lot of silly questions.
No, she showed me I must take an interest in what you like best. I know nothing about politics or world subjects, but if you promise to teach me, I promise to learn.
Well, no one ever has or ever will learn politics, my dear, but what I know I'll teach you.
I have several interesting books I want to read aloud to you.
And we can go back to being Meg and John again?
John and Meg. What's this I see?
It's just what you see.
The happy ending to a story, or what?
Both.
Really? So, good to see you. Good to see you.
I heard that your train was late.
Yes. A cow got on the track and refused to budge for a full hour. Every passenger tried their hand at it, but Mrs. Cow was landed there for good.
How did they get her off?
Well, I gave my famous imitation as a cat.
No.
And it either aroused her maternal instinct or frightened her into moving.
Then the train moved, eh?
So you've become a great writer. I'm afraid so.
And why that tone of voice?
Well, they say all writers are absent-minded. Can you imagine me getting to the point where I buy Mommy a birthday present and rush off without it?
Have you told her yet?
No, I missed it just after we left the station. So I sent some telegrams to my neighbor, Professor Bear, and if he too doesn't forget, it should come before nightfall.
Well, the New York train arrived just a few minutes ago. Would you like me to run and see if it's arrived?
Oh no, there's plenty of time. A walk after lunch might do us good. Joe, you darling! Amy, how stunning you look! It's so good to see you. How have you been? Fine. Fine. Wonderful. Oh, Amy. Meg. Oh, you're so grown up.
Amy, it's been a long time.
Joe!
Laurie, you have a mustache. How becoming it is.
It's an, misplaced eyebrow.
Do you know who said that first?
Who?
Aaron told it to Moses.
Get out, it was an old joke already then. Teddy, let me look at you again.
Oh, dear Joe.
Don't be jealous, Amy.
Oh, I'm not. Not in the least.
You've had him for 3 years in Europe, and if you haven't kissed him in all that time, I'll show you how.
Excuse please, Miss Joe.
Professor Bear! What are you doing here?
I was afraid you would lose the chance to give your mother to her present in the moment, so I come with him myself.
You old darling.
Here is the presents. I go pack now.
No, you'll do nothing of the sort. I want you to meet my people.
See if I could make out Tuesday by the descriptions you have so many times expounded to me.
Perfectly all right.
This is a married sister Mac.
Correct. Pleased to meet you, Professor.
And your husband?
Quite right. My name?
Is Brooke. This is an honor. Well, you are Amy, not?
Yes.
You have been in Europe lately, you know?
Just returned.
But, Miss Joy, never you tell me of your brother.
Oh, I'm not her brother.
This is Mr. Lawrence.
From the kissing business I interrupt, I think he's a brother.
I'm afraid that's all I'll ever be to Joe.
To be a brother to such a wonderful girl is an honor.
Quite right.
I put the twins to bed.
Here is the wonderful mother I have dreamed of someday knowing.
Mother, Professor Bear.
Oh, welcome, Professor. What brings you up our way?
That is Miss Josephine to my secrets.
Really? She's written at your great help, Professor.
Oh, and here is the wonderful preacher man. Friend and confidence of the greatest minds in America, Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Father, Professor Bear.
Ah, Professor! Happy to know you. So you're the one that was such an assistant to our Joe, eh?
Nothing to the assistance she has given me.
Where did you say you put the twins, Daisy and Debbie?
On my bed.
Come on, Amy, let's go have a look at them.
Now, be careful not to wake them.
I'll see they don't.
Excuse, what is the name from the babies?
Daisy and Demi.
Demi? It's not right.
Laurie is their foster father. He wrote us from Europe and asked if we would name them Daisy and Demi.
But why Demi? In French, that means half. Is the twins a baby and a half? Are there two?
Laurie will explain that later.
There will not be any later.
What do you mean?
I go pack by the train.
No, you don't, Professor. You're staying for dinner.
Is this Laurie to dinner staying too?
Certainly.
Then away I go.
No, you must remain. Ralph Waldo Emerson is dining with us this evening.
Oh, that's another colored horse.
And I want you to stay. You must.
That's final.
The last word.
No, on second thought, I have delivered the birthday present and I have finished. Excuse, Joe.
It was a slip of the tongue, my dear.
Slip? What a slip. Almost a slide.
I forgot your present, Mother. Wanted the professor to post it, and he brought it.
I don't understand that word post, so I think she should want I bring it post haste.
Well, I suppose the day will come when you people will learn to keep your door locked. Any thief could come into this house without the slightest interference from any member of this family. Oh, hello, my dear. And let me wish you a happy birthday. I brought you this shawl to remember me by. Put it on. Let's see how it goes with your aging complexion. Oh, Josephine, my dear. Oh, I am so glad you're home. I have read every one of your books, and I want you to know you are like fine wine. You grow better with age. Mr. Brooke, how are the twins this evening?
They're actually doing quite
What would a man know about babies? Well, and who is this stranger? Is someone going to introduce me? Or must I introduce myself?
And Marge, this is Professor Bear.
charmed to know you. Miss Jo has spoken so often and so pleasantly of you that I know when you come in that you was you.
Oh, you know Josephine was always my favorite in this family. I knew from the very beginning she had it in her to succeed, though I had to drive her to it when she was younger. Had she depended upon these two doting parents, she'd probably be married to some local yokel by now, with a babe or two to interfere with her career.
Now, is that fair to me, Aunt March?
Well, we can only wear the shoes that fit us in this family, Mr. Brooks. But, young man, I do like his looks, and I have read many of your articles that Josephine has sent home, and I must say, I approve of your viewpoint. However, there is one thing I must know before I accept you into this family. How, when, and where did you meet Joe?
Where should I begin to start?
At the beginning, of course.
You tell them, Joe.
Well, it began like this.
Now remember, you were both authors, so make it short and interesting.
Yes, the first day I was at the Kirks, I was ascending a step, and a servant girl was descending with a heavy load of coal. Out of nowhere appeared Professor Bear and carried the load of coal to the girl.
Bully for you, Bear. A lady mistress is always appealing.
He must have read that somewhere. But go on, Professor. Tell us why you felt you should help the girl.
The little bag was too young for such heavies.
The second day, I was walking past the professor's door, and by merest accident, my umbrella hit against it.
It flew open, and there I stood with the dressing gown on, a big blue sock in one hand with the darning needles in the other. I knew German gentlemen embroider, but darning socks, that's another thing.
Not so pretty.
Well, it keeps the feet warm.
Fine logic, Professor.
Absolutely.
A few days later, I came home to find the nursery in an uproar. There was the professor playing Nazarene with the two Kirk children, his two orphan nephews, and Tina, the daughter of the French woman who does the fine ironing.
What did you do, Joe?
Oh, she joined the menagerie. I was the elephant, and she the kangaroo.
Oh, Professor, I heartily agree with your actions. Nothing pleases children more than to see their elders acting childlike.
A few days later, he asked if he could read me Schiller's The Death of Wallenstein.
Well, in the parlor, I hope.
Oh, you get your hope.
But he was unaware that Tina had placed a cocked hat on his head.
In the most sad and solemn part, I look up and she is laughing. When I said, Miss March, well, why'd you laugh in my face? You no respect for me that you go on so bad?
Then I told him about the cocked hat.
When we laughed, forgetting poor Schiller's story altogether.
But our merriment was short-lived, for the paper cocked hat was made from the weekly Volcano, the newspaper I sold my trashy stories to.
And I not know it together yet, and so I lambasted the paper with all the stories in it.
Oh, good for you, Professor. Good.
And I, seeing the error of my ways, forsook trash writing, and whatever success is mine is due to an old cocked hat.
Yeah, covering a doom call.
Welcome to this family, Professor. You and I have made something of this girl.
I hope we yet make more.
Did you get a good look at the hills as you came along?
Now, why would you want to go stargazing these hills?
Well, I told him of their formation, and he thought there might be ore deposits.
Yeah, at one time in Germany, I teach geology.
Oh, funny you should think of that, Professor. Why, Emerson has often mentioned the same thing to me.
Oh, Waldo Emerson? That featherhead. He's so crazy he wouldn't know black from white.
I wanted to get a good look at the hills in proper sunshine.
Here are some excellent views of these hills, Professor. Look.
This is the hills. Here is standing waterfalls.
Where?
Take a look, please.
It's Niagara Falls.
Let me see.
Oh, it's the view we wanted on our honeymoon.
The professor isn't interested in Niagara Falls.
Well, yes, I is.
Oh, here you are.
And what interest would you have in Niagara Falls?
Isn't that the place where it goes to everybody to get married?
That's right.
No honeymoon is perfect without seeing the falls.
I am going there very soon.
Alone?
I hope not.
Here's the view of me, Professor.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is that the church standing in the foreground?
Let's see.
Oh, it's the church we were married in, Father. Look.
Why don't we go look at the hills now while there's proper light?
Oh, Professor! Professor, I'm going to run right home and get you a book about these hills. I'll only be gone momentarily, just right.
Come, Professor, here's your hat.
Oh, that reminds me. Emerson wrote a poem, The Wrong Hat. And I have an original copy here somewhere. Do you know where, Mother?
I think not, Father.
Oh, good.
I know where it is.
Before you go, Professor, I'd like to show you some pictures of the children when they were young.
The professor isn't interested in children, are you, Professor?
Always I was and will be interested in them.
I'll be right.
Sit down, Professor, please.
Father, the light in the hills is fading, and it will take you an hour to read that poem.
I read correctly, my dear, not slowly. There once was a man, all rosy and fat, who continually wore a high beaver hat.
This is gonna kill you, Professor.
There was an old maid, all thin and prim, who was casting amorous glances at him.
Oh, wait till you hear the finish, Professor. You see, the old maid and the fat fellow, well, they're...
Here, Professor, come look at these.
Just a minute, Mother dear.
Excuse, later perhaps we all laugh together. Excuse, have you a little picture of Jo? No, what I mean is, have you a picture of Jo when she was little?
Here's when she was 3.
She has not changed much?
I have two.
Let me see. She's pretty now, but she was beautiful then.
I not know her then, so she is more beautiful to me now.
Thanks, Professor. Here's Meg, and here's Amy.
Who is this angelic child here?
Our Bea.
John tells me of her. How you all love her, and of her devotion to you right up to the end, huh?
Yes.
Mother dear.
Jo, I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault.
I always hate tears. Come with me, Professor. I'll show you all the works we have, Emerson, and I'll read you the rest of this poem. I can see you laughing for months over it.
Glad I found you alone, Joe.
It's the first time I have been in hours.
Did you want to be alone?
Yes, with someone.
The professor.
Yes. My family seems to think because he doesn't speak English, he needs to be entertained.
Joe, I have a great surprise for you.
You were always full of them, Teddy.
Joe, I'm no longer a single man.
You've gone and got married.
Yes, please. But I never will again.
Well, what wrestling will you do next?
A characteristic, but not exactly a complimentary congratulation.
Well, get up off your knees and tell me all about it. I'm pining to know, Teddy.
How good it sounds to hear you call me Teddy. Nobody ever calls me that but you.
Well, you haven't told me who you married.
Well, can't you guess?
Not Amy.
What an excellent guesser you are.
Well, what does she call you?
My lord.
Oh, really? You belie your exalted position. My heartiest congratulations.
Don't I look like a married man and the head of a family?
Hardly. You're bigger and bonnier, but the same scapegrace as always.
Now really, you ought to treat me with more respect than that.
How can I when the idea of you married and settled down is so irresistibly funny I can hardly keep sober?
Amy and I agreed that I should be the one to tell you, and take first skim, as we used to say, as we squabbled about the creek.
Well, you haven't told me how it happened.
We planned to come home with the Carrolls about a month ago, but they changed their minds.
You mean she changed their minds?
She has English notions about chaperones. So I settled the dispute by saying, let's get married. Then we can do as we like. It was like taking time by the fetlock, as my wife says.
Aren't you proud of those last 4 words, and don't you love to say them?
I have for the last 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Why didn't you write and tell us?
We wanted to surprise you.
Well, you succeeded.
Joe, I just want to say one thing, and then we can put it right forever. As I wrote you in my letters, Amy had been so good to me, but I never could stop loving her.
But that love altered, eh?
You and Amy changed places in my heart, that's all. It was meant to be and would have come about naturally if I had waited as you tried to make me. But I never could be patient.
I told you that once.
I was a boy then, headstrong and violent, and it took a hard lesson to show me my mistake. For it was, Joe.
I knew that then, Eddie.
By my word, I was so tumbled in my mind at one time that I didn't know which I loved best, you or Amy. But when I saw her in Switzerland, everything seemed to clear up all at once.
And we each got into our right places.
Yes, and I could honestly share my heart with both Sister Joe and White Amy. I love them both dearly. Will you believe it then and go back to the happy old days when we first knew one another?
Certainly. But don't you think we should tell the others?
A capital idea. You call over there and I'll call over here.
Mommy! Mother!
Mr. and Mrs. Brooke.
Do you want Amy?
You'll learn how badly soon.
What is it?
Where's the professor?
Here we are, Laurie.
Larry has something to tell you. What is it?
I want you all to meet my wife.
Congratulations.
Why did you tell us?
Oh, welcome to the family, my boy.
Thank you, sir.
You've never looked as radiant and beautiful. Very God must have raised you here.
Well, look at the good example she's had all her life.
Amy and I get on like angels.
Which rules?
I do.
I let her think so. It pleases her to me.
That's one way to put it.
By and by, we take turns. For marriage halves one's rights and doubles one's duties.
Oh, really? That ever I should live to see you a henpecked husband.
Amy's too well bred for that. And I'm not the sort of man to submit to it. My wife and I respect ourselves and each other too much to ever tyrannize a quarrel.
Didn't I once say that?
I know I did.
Yes. My wife and I.
Excuse me. Is this lady your wife?
Yes, Professor.
My most heartfelt congratulations.
Thank you.
Joe, why you not tell me of this?
I didn't know it before.
You make Joe Smith meet Joe?
He wrote the news to us just a moment ago.
My wife and I thought it would be a surprise of surprises.
Surprises of this kind are either welcome or disastrous.
Quite right, Professor.
Personally, I prefer to acquaint the peoples of my actions.
Is that why you sort of dropped in on us today?
That is,
Look, our truck's arriving at the house. Come, Papa.
what you call him?
Papa.
Could that be so? It's a little premature, Professor.
What did you bring, Amy?
All sorts of fancy French things.
Come on, John, let's go see them.
You'll adore the new, cute, lacy, fluffy one.
What did you bring, Laurie?
Loads and loads of things.
Not cute and lacy and fluffy.
Certainly not.
Come, Father.
You run along, Mother dear. I'll stay here and entertain the professor.
Maybe he prefers young to come.
Mr. March is not to me so old.
See?
But you love Mrs. Dresser.
Since when? Oh, that's right. Especially when they're fluffy and poofy and lacy and Frenchy.
Do you want to see the dresses?
Rather, I would send some things to you.
Well, sit down then.
No, I must say this very quick.
They won't be back for a long time.
Why are you so sure?
A house fell on them.
What house false?
Oh, you wouldn't understand.
American slang, huh?
You said you liked it.
Yeah, when you said it.
Thank you.
Miss Joe, I would said something serious to you.
Well, please sit down then.
No, better I say this on defeat and far from you apart.
I won't bite you.
Miss Josephine, I'm going far away.
Where?
Let me think for the place's name. I got it. Chillicothe, Ohio.
What are you going to do there?
Teach German.
You're doing that with great success in New York.
Yeah, but in Chillicothe I have a chair.
You have 6 in your room at Mrs. Kirk's.
This is a chair at the university. I am to be one of the faculty.
When do you expect to leave?
As soon as I pack when I get back.
I'm sorry. I shall miss you a lot.
Miss Joe, we have been good friends, no? Yes?
Yes. And friendship is akin to...
Oh, hearts, dearest, why you cry?
Because you're going away.
Oh, it is too good.
That I cry or that you're going away?
Both?
Oh.
Miss Joe, I have nothing but love to give you. I came here to see if you could care for me among your peoples and friends. I wanted to make sure I was not wrong.
And you found?
Joy, can you make a little place in your heart for old Fritz?
Only a little place.
Would that little place grow to a bigger place?
You were saying?
Joe, we have come to this place, this moment.
Yes, this place, the moment.
Yeah, a magical moment which bestows youth on the old. A beauty on the plain, wealth on the poor,
And gives human hearts the foretaste of heaven. Frederick?
No one speaks so my name since Nina dies.
Were you loved before?
Yeah, I give my first love to her.
Who was she?
Meine sister. But you, meine Liebchen, die erste Liebe und die beste. Does that sound sentimental?
The sweetest words I ever heard.
Oh.
Why didn't you say this before?
Well, you speak of this Larry so sweet from the mouth out. I have much fear he is in your heart very deep.
She was. But now I have love only for my wife.
We are touched.
Well, and I can see you have no interest in these hills now.
Welcome to the family, Professor.
Oh, hello. The mother's kiss. I now feel I'm one of the family.
Here, Mother, sit in the chair. I'll get the crown.
What is the meaning from all this?
It's an old tradition in our family. We always sit in this chair on our birthday. Here, Mother, put on the crown.
Ah, a queen of queens, huh?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marmee. Happy birthday to you.
call for you, huh?
She doesn't know this. This is one of my bestest, most loved, yes, assistant directors. Last night, she's going to go up to Draper and be in a play up there at the Draper Theater. So we wanted to give this to her tonight. So she's just been absolutely marvelous, my right-hand man, as they say, with just good ideas and kept everybody on